ice fishing task in Lake Ribiere, Quebec. Hello there everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at Oberfed Gaming. I am the Oberfed. Today we are in Lake Ribiere, Quebec, the second map on the Quebec region, and we're doing a task called ice fishing where we are going to try and deliver an International Loadstar 1700 to the trailer park. Now we happen to be around, just coming close to the tunnel, when we got a call saying that there was this Loadstar was stranded in this ice fishing pond where we were close by. So we thought we'd respond and come over here and take a look. They said it wasn't too far away, and as I can see, or as you can see, the little spyglass in the yellow diamond has appeared on the screen, which means that it's got to be close by. Now, if we just follow this road out, I believe, and stick to the left-hand side, if any turns come, I believe we're going to end up at this little fishing hole. We got a little ways to go before we get there. Now we're driving our dependable Avenhorn A15, one of my favorite, well, probably my favorite truck in the game because of its low center of gravity and able to have chains. The unfortunate part is we can't have a crane on there. That would have really topped it off, but maybe in the future they'll give the Avenhorn a crane just like the Plaid and the Kenworth. Anyhow, we don't have the crane, but other than that, it's a very capable truck, lots of power, very, very capable in deep snow and heavy mud. You put it in the high range of the low gear, and it just kind of chugs through everything at a steady little speed, rather than if you keep it in automatic, you keep shifting down. So you go a little bit slower in this gear, but it's quite quick for this kind of terrain, and for the Oberfed, it's just right. So we're going to try and climb out of here. Yeah. Nothing for the return of the ultimate snow climber, the Avenhorn. What a truck. There's not too much that stops this truck. Very, very little has been a really big problem. So, which is the reason why he's one of my favorite trucks. Now, like I said, stick to the left, stick to the left. Don't go to the right. So we're going to continue straight on, staying left. As we're rounding the corner, we're rounding around the outside of this one particular hill, and the ice hole, the ice fishing hole is on the, well, it's not a place for ice fishing, but the ice fishing pond that's frozen over is on the other side of this hill, and we're almost there. Now, in that little pond area, there's only two ways to go in or come out of it. There is no other way to get in. There's no other entrances, no other exits. Now, when you go in, you can go in, drive up to the Loadstar, turn around, winch onto him, and pull him right back out the way you went in there, and you'd come back out onto this road that we're on, or dirt track that we're on right now. However, you would just down here, if you just bear with me for a second, just over here, you would go in the direction of left, okay? Instead of back up here where we are. Now, we're not going to do that. We're going to go in the other direction, and that, by doing that, cut all this four-wheeling in the snow and on the side of the mountain out, because it's a really difficult path, and I don't know if I could do it. So we're going to take the Avenhorn and drive him around the back end where we know where it's sort of solid. You got to test it out yourself to see how close you can get. But I think if you go around the outside and don't come too close to him, because he's sitting in broken ice. That's why he's stuck there. So you come around to the side here and stop. Well, see there, we're starting to fall through already. And now stop right here and hope that the winch will reach it. If the winch will reach it, great. Yes, it will. Awesome. Now we pull him over a little bit, and we'll just advance and pull him in, cinch him in a little bit tighter behind me, because up ahead where we climb out of this fishing pond, we have to make a sharp left, so we'd like to have our towed trailer or towed car close behind us. And just like that. It's just a little truck, a little International Loadstar 1700. And they must have run out of fuel when they got stuck in the ice over there. They couldn't get it out. Now we're going to go straight ahead here. Whoa! It looks like he hit a piece of ice behind me there. I don't know what he's doing, but okay, well, he's straightened back out again. There you go. We're going to climb right out of there, right over here. It's not that big of a hill, and the Avenhorn's got no troubles coming out of there. Now, by doing this, like I said, it cut off a huge chunk. This is a real shortcut to getting up to the trailer park, because not only does it cut off a huge stretch of road that you have to drive in, but it's all four-wheel terrain, and it's on the side of the hill, and there's cracks in the rock, and there's places where you can slide off and stuff like that. But by doing this and taking this little detour, regardless of the distance, you're on paved road now. So now it's just basically following the road out, hoping that you don't slide off. But then we have the chains on, so we got nothing to worry about. And as long as we drive with a little bit of common sense, we're going to be okay. Now, had we taken that four-wheel drive route, we would have been coming out onto the road right here on the left-hand side. But yet the distance would have been twice as much that we would have driven. So I think this is a pretty good choice. So now we're just going to stick on the road here, and once again, stick to the left, stick to the left. Don't turn to the right when there's a turnoff coming up. And try to, every time you hit one of those snow drifts, that Loadstar slams into the back of the truck and takes a little bit more damage. But that's as long as we don't take any more damage, then it really doesn't make any difference, because I don't think that Loadstar is in perfect condition to begin with. Okay, right here, stay to the left, stay to the left. Now you can see that the black arrow on the yellow diamond is back up on the screen, meaning that the drop-off location is getting close by. But there again, the drop-off location could be just to the right of you, but you might have to drive all the way around to get to it. Right? So you don't know that, and sometimes you'll have to access your mini map, and then you'll be able to see exactly which road you got to take to get to it. And another thing, if you were pulling this truck with a smaller truck, or if you were pulling a bigger truck, whenever you're winching somebody, you can turn the engine of the vehicle behind you on, and that helps with the towing part, especially when you're going through something that's a little tough, like deep mud or really deep snow. But the Avenhorn, there's not much of a problem, so I didn't bother turning on the engine on the Loadstar, because it's just a little truck. I mean, this thing can pull it through no problem. Now this is the last little detour that we had to go through, and once we've gone through that, then we just got to go a little bit further, and we're traveling up the left-hand side of the map in Lake Ribiere, fairly close to the northern part, just so you know where we are on the map, and when you look on the mini map you can see it and find out exactly the route that I'm taking. Now just up ahead, one more little snow drift, yeah, a little more damage. Okay, well, sorry about that, bud. Sorry about that, couldn't be helped. And here we turn off to go into, that's the entrance of the trailer park, really. Oh, forgot to turn. And now we're too far, so now we got to back it up a little bit. Okay. And we keep it in the high range of the low gear because it's pretty muddy and snowy here. And this way it'll just keep chugging through until we get to where we gotta be. And yeah, so it's a little muddy, but not bad. you'd fall through it a little bit, but not to the point where you're going to get stuck. And even if you did, there's lots of trees around. You could always let the truck behind you go while you use the winch to pull yourself out, and then you can just pull the truck out. So not really an issue. Not really an issue. We're just about where we got to be. We got to get to the back of the trailer park, go around the turn, and then we got to deliver the Loadstar 1700. That's it. Absolutely awesome. What a great little race. What a great little task. Ice fishing task. I enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. And if you just came just to view it, just to watch it, absolutely awesome. I hope you liked it and share it with your friends if you did. Anyhow, until the next time, I hope you come back and see some more SnowRunner. Until then, you've been driving in a Avenhorn A15 in a ice fishing task with me as a driver, the Overfed.